Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Woohoo! More accumulation on Pulsechain. A big giant whale exits and man, opportunity galore to pick up your volume. Very, very cool at the moment. So we're going to get into that later on. Dog on Bitcoin is looking bullish. So we've been talking about Runes Protocol since pretty much the beginning. I mean, we were early last year getting in on all that stuff with the BRC20s, RC20s, ordinals and everything. So pretty cool. Dog on Bitcoin looks bullish, so we're going to get into that. We're also going to cover Jacob's ecosystem. We're going to be talking about Predict. There's obviously some free ways of earning Predict token. It is less than a month until that launches, so you can get in there early. It's free stuff, so not all of it's free. Some of it you have to do betting and stuff. But hey, it's up to you. You can get some free stuff plus some betting stuff combination. And of course, we're going to also talk about Mafia as well, getting very close for the family upgrade. It's going to be on Tuesday, I think probably European or US time, somewhere there. So it's coming up ahead as well. So we're going to talk about all that. Let's see what else. Is it Memorial Day in the United States today? Let me know. I think it is. Last Monday of the month of May, is it? So let me know if that's the case. If Monday was a Memorial Day. What else there? We got Lights Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very, very good, of course. It's still a bit overcast outside, but the temperature is not too cold, so that's probably a good thing. Hex Pulsechain incentive for 100%. That's what we're going to talk about. Pulsechain accumulation. When a whale exits, you get that volume play. It's just the way. It's a matter of swapping hands, right? Swapping hands. We're going to look at the charts. We got Crypto Incognito on Health there. Yo, good to see you as well. And of course, a big welcome there to everybody on Hex Token channel, Pulsechain X as well, which is continue to grow. And of course, Superman Crypto as well. Big shout out to everybody over there. Wookie's on the spot, says he's trying to be an IT professional. Well, Brian is on the road. Brian's on a road trip. He's one of our two community leaders. And, of course, having a good journey there. But Wookie, he's normally doing IT. But it looks like Wookie today is being the IT professional. A man of many talents, as we say, the old Wookie. Is it possible you may never hear from the Wookie again? It's always possible. It's always possible. Trev says, great caught you live. Yep, I am buying Pulsex in 9-inch. Cheap. That's pretty cool, Trev. Nice, smart move. Yeah, when whales exit, it's a chance to pick up volumes. Just remember that. Really, really is cool. Trust Wookie to sell out at the bottom, says Brennan. Yeah, typical Wookie to do that. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's kick off with the stock market, shall we? Do you like this picture? I think it's pretty cool, pretty badass. We're doing different pictures of Mafia every day. I think they look pretty good. Let's get into it. We got BTC, everything looking green. Do you like that? Bitcoin at the moment, $69,397, up 1.25%. Bitcoin dominance falling again, 51.25%, as Ethereum just slowly creeps up, $3,892 off the back of that Ethereum ETFs, and it is up 1.72% at the moment. So there we go, going pretty well. What have we got? ADA, XRP, everything's pretty much up across the board. Some standouts there. Bonk is up quite a bit, up 15%. We've got WIF up 15%. Lots of nice gainers happening there. What's this? Floki is up quite a bit there as well, 22% on Floki. Meme coins are up slightly. What else is looking good there? Link is up there as well, 10%. I think P-Link is up quite a lot on Pulsechain, isn't it? So you might want to check out the P-Link chart. I think they're pumped to do today. So there we go. A few moves going on there. So green across the board. Let's jump over to CoinGecko, have a look at the market cap. 2.74 trillion is the market cap. We're up 1.4% in the last 24 hours. That's a nice little gain. There. Let's jump over into some of the leaders there. You can see everyone thinks pretty up. So pretty modest for the last 7 days. But we're up in the last 24 hours there. So Ethereum making 7.7% in the last week. Not too bad. Let's see what else there. Yeah, pretty chill. At the moment, so a bit of a mixed results across the board. Pepe up 54%, Uniswap up 20 over the last week, so they're pretty nice gains, aren't they? In fact, what are the biggest gainers over the last in the top 100 on CoinGecko? Let's have a quick look, march through there. We haven't done this for a while. Dog with Hat up 22% last week. Arbitrum up 10% in the last week. Floki up 30% last week. Bonk up 30% last week. Some of the typical movers, aren't they? Really, Rocket Pool up 7%, obviously with ETH. Core up 19%. Ondo, they're up 27% last 7 days. What else are some big movers? Starknet is up 11% last week. Athena is up 12, 13%. Jasmine Coin is up 27% in the top 100. Chills up 11% there. Wormhole up 10% at 92. Pendle up for 15% as well. So those are the top movers in the top 100 there at the moment. So funny enough, you can see Qcoin down at number 100 there, exchange. So that's pretty interesting. Still over $10. So there we go. I remember trading that early on. Man, it was some crazy times trading old Qcoin. All right. All right. There were several other tokens too as well. I've kind of gone blank on what they were, but we're trading those a lot as well. Back in the old centralized days, but now we're mostly in DeFi, hanging out in DeFi. It's just the way to be, place to be. All right, so that is CoinGecko. Market 2.738 trillion, up 1.4%. Not bad, eh? All right, then it's just into Bitcoin. Let's zoom in on that a bit. We've got the 50-day moving average in yellow at 65,482. So that's just tricking up there. We've got nice little uptrends, and Bitcoin looking pretty good. And that's going to lead us into runes, Bitcoin runes. So runes a bit like ESC20s or PRC20s. So, they're non-fungibles, and yeah, ticking away there. Let's do a refresh here. We're going to have a look at the top 10, let's say. We've got Fihu at number 1. That is Etch number 1. So when I say Etch, it means it's the when it was minted out. So Bitcoin Runes was launched at the same time as the Bitcoin halving. So just to give you the context. And it's going to be the first bull market with like meme coins on top of Bitcoin. So it's a really new green territory, right? And you want to be in green territory, and green territory on the most valuable chain. Now, they're not used to as much decentralized land as we are. In other chains like EVM chains, for example. So it's not near as well developed. There's not as many degens out there in that sense. There's not as much general liquidity except for centralized exchanges. This is Magic Eden is part of the decentralized land. Therefore, Bitcoin, along with Unisat and a few other markets. So it's kind of the play, and you need particular wallets for interacting with these in terms of new Bitcoin wallets like Xverse, Unisat, Magic Eden wallets, things like that to interact with things. So I'll just give you a bit of background there in that market. So it's a really quite new territory, which is great, and on the most valuable chain. So yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, folks. It's going to be a fun ride getting into the runes. You don't really want to miss it for this bull market. Really is a cool thing. Obviously, do your own due diligence before you're getting in. Not financial advice and all that, but man, excited about where this is going to go. Now, there are some cross-pollination. So there are some like Ethereum NFT teams that come over to the runes. They migrate and they want to be the big players on all the chains. And obviously Bitcoin being the most valuable. So some pretty cool stuff. We've got Dog Go to the Moon, which is the one I'm backing for the win. Potentially they want it. Their goal is to be the number 1 meme coin in the world on the most valuable chain in the world. That's kind of the narrative there. And they got Dog there. Now, Dog is actually going to be going to the moon in thinking about October on a SpaceX rocket. So if that goes ahead with schedule, we could see Dog go to the moon. There's going to be fun to see that play out. That's kind of neat. All right, so at the moment it's at 6.22 sats. So that's ticking up there nicely. I said in the title of the video, Dog on Bitcoin looks bullish, so it's kind of cool. The other thing, of course, it's nice to have diversification play, right? You try to find the best stuff on each chain and have that in your portfolio. That's kind of the idea, right? This you can do some research. It's kind of where you want to be. You want to be on high-end speculation, gambling side of crypto all the time. You want to go for those high return probability plays, and Dog definitely fits the bill on that. We've got Rising up at the moment, or Rising down slightly at the moment, 11 sats. We've got Pups World at the moment, 171 sats, up 6.87%. Bank of Nakamoto dollar there as well, number 5. So they're all slightly down today, but we've got a bit of a mixed bag across the Bitcoin ones. We've got Epic up 13%, Decentralized up 4%. Now, Decentralized is part of a big team. It's a big Ethereum NFT team. They're now a big Bitcoin Runes team as well. So it's ticking away there. Satoshi Nakamoto down 6%, and the Rune X token as well. So if you see this Rune number, that's when it was actually etched or created. As soon as the Bitcoin halving went, these guys' teams were in big time, and they paid a ton of Bitcoin to mint those out because the price of Bitcoin was so expensive at the halving. So pretty cool. You can see some other ones that are probably going to do pretty well. Lobo the Wolf Pup, Donald Trump probably for the election, and I think there's a Biden as well, the Joe Biden as well. I think some of these will probably rally in for the election on November the 5th. So they've got some good speculation plays. You just never know your luck with those. There's lots to be hunted down. You do have to sort of get an idea of each team. Bitcoin Pepe Matrix might do pretty well, all that sort of stuff like that. So there's lots of fun to be had in there. So those are the runes. Obviously on the collections kind of like the NFTs. ordinals here, and we can see some of the leaders on these. Bitcoin Pups, Node Monks here, Bitcoin Frogs, Ordinal Mazzy, and Maxi Biz. And number 5 is Runestone. Now, Runestone is the ordinal that you need to hold to get to have received the dog go to the moon airdrop. So the dog token there, it's a 25. And we've got Quantum Cats, Blob, Ryzik, Opium, and Natscats in the top 10 there. So that's kind of the leaderboard. So this is on Magic Eden, of course, and you can check it out. I'll post the link in the chat there. Yeah, kind of cool. All right, so that is the link there to Magic Eden. That is decentralized, so you do need a particular wallet, like a Magic Eden wallet, a Uniswap wallet, Xverse wallet is probably a good one to have. So you can decide what you want to do. You have to send some Bitcoin to it, of course, to get involved. So that's pretty much it. All right, so let's go to it. So yeah, let's zoom in a bit more on this dog go to the moon. Market cap is currently 432 million at the moment, 6.23 sats. So what does that mean in US cents? Well, it's on here, it's just under 42/100th of a penny. So just over 4/10 of a cent at the moment. But the thing with decentralized, you have to buy them in batches. Whereas if you go to centralized exchange, you can buy sort of just the amount that you want, and you'll just market, buy or sell that on an order book, right? So just remember, it's not like an AMM pool that we get on Uniswap and Pulsechain and things. Just take them into account. We are, moving that way. So that's kind of cool. Now, what they are expecting potentially is some big top tier exchanges. Obviously, here on Gate.io, I think is ranked number 8 on volume. But they're looking for top tier like Qcoin, Binance, things like that. So, and they could be very, very close. Very excited about the week ahead. We get some of these top tier exchanges. It's going to be pretty huge. With Audi. So Audi was a BRC20 token, got listed several months after BRC20 protocols launched. So this is pretty, Runes is sort of like the next generation of BRC20s if you're just trying to understand that technology. So in terms of protocols. So, but back when BRC20s launched last year, I think about February, Audi was like number 1. And as soon as it got listed on the exchange, it went from like $4 up to like $80 or something on Binance. So that gives you an idea of what could potentially happen with Dog token, which is kind of pre that top tier listings at the moment. It's currently at 43/100th of a penny, but the chart's looking pretty good at the moment on the hourly. Let's go to the daily chart. You can see it's got a nice little, almost a cup and handle forming. So this could really, really take off here. So fingers crossed, and maybe the next week we get some of those listings. It's up and away. So you're kind of still getting in there relatively early on the old dog. Now, obviously, to follow that, you can follow Leonidas on X profile if you want to find the founder. And of course, we've posted them before. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to post the link to Gate.io if you want to check out that chart, but that's the chart there. Looking good. So yeah, dog, yeah, what could be one of the biggest memes. Like every bull market season is like, at least half a dozen tickers that do some insane numbers, talking about the 10,000x. Now, I don't know what dog's going to do, but it could have massive upside. Yeah, ticker. Let's see. Could it be replace Dogecoin? That's the target there. Dogecoin's got the target on its back. So around about 24 billion. So if you're going from 400 million to 24 billion, that's the target. So we shall see how it gets on. And it can happen pretty fast, right, with re-rates, as especially getting those top tiers. So we're going to be watching out for that, but pretty bullish on that. Now, we talk more about this sort of stuff in the Strategy Club in Discord. So if you want to join up to that, the link's in the video description, $35 a month. So you can join up to that today as well. All right, let's jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment looking pretty good. Look at that. Woo! 38,880. So 3,800, almost 3,900. And of course, the previous high we had back here, we got to just below 4,100 on the 12th of March. And we're looking pretty good for breaking that now. Obviously, the all-time high around 4,900, so we've still got a way to go there. And the current 50-day moving average is 3,324, so looking pretty strong on Ethereum at the moment. All right, and of course, waiting for that ETF money to flow. So that's what we're looking forward to there. That's going to lead us into Pulsechain day 381. So we're 40 minutes past the hour. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's get back into the chat and catch up on any more comments. Hope you guys are having a good day. Memorial Day, I believe it is. You can let me know if I'm wrong about that. Pretty sure that is. Let's see here. We've got Craig Pitt in the house. Hey, Craig. Morning all. Hit those likes. You definitely smash the likes. Does it out with the algorithm on YouTube. So smash that likes. It just takes a second there. Just smash that up there. I don't know how many likes we've got on there at the moment, but do hit the like button. It does help a lot. M Jockey's in the house. Hey, how are you going there? Was it Rocky Jockey, Mr. Rocky Jockey? Welcome to the chat. We've got Archie as well. Hi all, good to see Archie, the Godfather. Welcome to the family. Or was it go to the sheets or something like that, isn't it? Go to the white sheets or something. I can't remember the phrase, but that's pretty good. All right. Yeah, I'm getting excited for the Mafia game. And, of course, we're waiting for families to launch this probably within the next 24 hours. So we'll let you know when that does happen. Our Discord is links in the video description for the Pulsechain Hex Discord. And we are doing BNB coverage on there because Jacob is a Pulsechain dev. So we're covering it from that angle. And we don't know whether Stage 2 will include Pulsechain for Mafia. So that's the other side of things. So question marks over all that. All right, let's get into Pulsechain update, and we're going to come out after Pulsechain update. We're going to be getting into Jacob's ecosystem, so we're going to talk about Predict, the sports betting site, and of course Mafia, the new big GameFi on BNB. So we're going to talk about that too coming up. Should be good. All right, let's get into it. So day of 381, we've got Pulsechain there at quadruple 0488, down 3.5% at 49% of the main sacrifice price. So like you say on the title of the video, we've got Pulsechain Accumulate. Well, you get to accumulate a lot more at this price. We have broken down that 5,000. So what does that mean? We will have a look at the charts. We've got Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 211. That's down just over 3%. That's now at 21% of the main sacrifice price. So we're back down to where we were some time ago before we had that big rally back to the main sacrifice price. So lots of upside again, just a rinse and repeat. That's it. The buy and burn doesn't care though, just likes the volume, and buy and burn is at 874.6 billion. So it says 875 there rounded. That's 4.31% of all public supply has been bought up and burned. So that's pretty nice. Incentive token there at the moment, $2.67, down 1.4%. But get this, the ratio is holding up so well. 54,821 pulse per incentive token. That's holding up very well indeed. So looking strong there as incentive. The amount of tokens in existence is 32.8 million. And of course, those are emitted from the Pulsex V1 farms. Now, we do understand that I think KDP has an influence in the Pulsechain Hex community space, has contacted TradingView to get Pulsex V1 data loaded on TradingView. So that might be coming too. That's just another expansion of the Pulsechain Hex community. So getting on TradingView, a big deal. So let's see how that goes. We'll try and keep you updated to that. And a big shout out to Katie for progressing that idea. All right, we've got Hex on Pulsechain at the moment, 67 hundredths of a penny. What a steal at the moment on PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain, down 3.7%. EHEX at the moment holding up relatively strong compared to Hex on Pulsechain, is at 17 hundredths of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is 84 hundredths of a penny. So the ratio from EHEX to PHEX has got stronger in favor of EHEX. So EHEX, relatively speaking, based on the charts, is certainly not dead, right? Certainly not dead. So there we go. All right, so that is for day 381. Let's get into the charts here. Now, we broke down our 5,000 key level, and the reason because we had a big whale sell, right? So a big, what we call it, a whale event, a whale event, I don't know, white swan event, or white whale, I don't know what you call it, but there we go. We actually went all the way down to 4,662. So 40 is 4,662. We're now at 4,884 there on the Pulsechain price. So we're really testing some of these previous lows on this angle support. Remember, like back here, we already tested 4,600. So we've tested it again all the way over here. Crazy, right? Because this was all the way back in December last year. So we've tested it again. We're still kind of in the support range, but we have broken down at 5,000. So it'll be pretty critical for us to bounce from here. So let's see how it go. Let's have a look at the hourly though. We'll zoom that out. This is the big sell here. Look at the big whale sell. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that stuff. 2.9 million in volume. And look at that, trying to fight back. Now, obviously, the stronger the fight back, the better. So far, this is kind of a weak fight back at the stage. So we'll see how we go in the couple of hours ahead of us. Certainly a big opportunity to buy at the moment and get those mad volumes. Let's go to the weekly to give her a longer term view on the weekly. That is the weekly chart there. The RSI getting very low indeed, 34, but not quite down at 30. 30 is in the oversold territory. So on the weekly, we're not quite down there, but we're down pretty low, looking for that turning point. And let's see whether we got it again. 4,600 is where we bounced here. We bounced here before taking off again, right? So is this 4,600 another signal of a bounce? We did hit that bounce twice there in two different weeks. So still a little bit more time to see whether that was the bottom, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. We also had a lot of resistance here at 4,700 back in September last year as well. So not only do we have that support level, but we have the resistance as well. So it's a pretty good chance we're probably going to bounce somewhere around here. If we don't, then man, we're going down dramatically from there. So this is pretty critical level at the moment. So there we go. All right, so we're going from 5,000 to 4,600, but we bounced to almost back to 4,900. Let's see how we go there and get a close for the week, right? Above 5,000, we're pretty bullish. All right, so let's jump over to the Pulse Alerts. Now, Pulse Alerts gives you all the whale moves, what's happening with the whales. And, of course, we had a big whale, obviously, sell out. We've already had a whale sell out, tons and tons and tons of stuff, right? They had a little bit left. Well, we said a little bit, still a lot, but they, compared to what they did have, it was whale number 3. In the sacrifice set, particularly for Pulsex, I think, but I think it's mostly Pulse. So we've got 3.3 billion Pulse just sold for 169K. That was 19 hours ago. Then 12 hours ago, 2.8 billion Pulse sold for 143K. 10 hours ago, 14.8 billion Pulsex sold for 315,000 DAI. And then 5 billion Pulse sold 10 hours ago for $250,000 DAI. We had 5 billion Pulse sold 10 hours ago for $250,000 almost. 5 billion Pulse there sold for 237,000. 5 billion Pulse sold for 234,000. So lots exiting there. Pulse Alert said 10 hours ago 100% out. That doesn't include their Hex stakes. They do have Hex stakes, but they look like they were out there on the Pulse and Pulsex. So that was the big play 10 hours ago. That was the drama that we saw in that chart. And then we had some money leave the chain, right? So a couple of hours later, the money decided to actually leave the chain. So it bridged over to Ethereum from the looks of it, 942K, 219K there. And the last 3 hours, that's it. So we've had nothing really too much happening in the last 7 hours there around that. But that was a couple of the highlights. All right. That is us in the Pulsex. At the moment, Pulsex there sitting at 2,100. And we bounced off 1980. So I'm just going to call that 2,000. 2,000 is kind of our bottom draw. So are we close? It's, we'll find out. We're going to have a bit more data, but it's not too bad at this stage on the old RSI. So the RSI is at 37, and let's go to the daily. Daily there, we have got, looking at horizontal support. We basically hit, this was resistance here. So we sort of pierced through that, tested that. So we are at a critical support level right now. So obviously cool to pick up volume, but from a longer term point of view, pretty critical juncture at this stage. So we'll check out how we get on tomorrow with that. And at the moment, incentive token there is kind of a star. I've got the market cap. Let's go to the Pulse. Incentive token is kind of the star at the moment, if you ask me, because the actual ratio to Pulse is up very, very well. 54,800, holding up very strong. Got a little uptrend going. And once we break 61,000, it's off to the races, right? Off to the races. So looking pretty good there. Let's go to the weekly on this one. It's pretty easier to see. That's the weekly chart there on the old incentive token. And you can see it's looking pretty, pretty strong. Like I say, if we break 61, we're up to 71. And then after 71, who knows where we could go after 71 gets broken. So they're on the horizontal, looking pretty good. All right, it must be nice farming, a Pulsex farm. I did say I was going to bring up the Pulsex farms today, didn't I? Let's go do that. Let's go do that while we're here. Let's go have a look at the Pulsex farms. I did say I was going to do it today. Let's go and let's pull that over. And actually, I forgot to do that on the previous one there, but let's go have a look at the farm yields. What do we got here? So with the prices down too, we've got the Pulse farm at 15.6%. A lot of people enjoying just sitting. I've seen comments on X platform. People are just enjoying sitting in the farms, just earning the yield, waiting for the price to do its thing. They know the price is going to go up and down and all that sort of stuff. So they're just accumulating volume, right? A lot of people are happy to accumulate volume. We've got all the four bridged-in pairs like DAI, USDC, Wrapped ETH, and USD Tether. They're all paired with Pulse coin, of course. and we can see those yields looking still spectacular: 78%, 77%, 44, and 82.5. So some amazing earnings there. Now, the thing with this, of course, if Pulsechain does pivot to the upside, then you're going to be left with the stable coins. You'll be earning a really nice yield, but you'll be getting less pulse, so you'll miss out on the relative capital gain. So that's the downside to that. So if we do get a pivot in the trend, a turning in the trend to bullish, then that it would go against you. You'd rather hold the pulse coins and rather than being in the farm. So just take that into account. But in the meantime, while we're in this kind of environment, you're earning really mad yields there. At the moment, Hex Pulse there at 30%, Incentive Pulse there at 43%, and Incentive Pulse X at 39%. Now these are quite good alternatives, right? So if you're still bullish about Incentive Token, obviously that's getting minted more into existence. But as long as the price keeps going up, you'll be pretty in good hands. And of course, if you're really conservative, you can go into the Hex Pulse there as well. So if the Richard altcoins do go up and start having a bull market, then you're earning nice yield, plus you're getting capital gain on those two coins. So there we go. All right, not bad. PHEX, moving to Hex here. Super cheap, man. What an opportunity. Hex on Pulsechain got down to 6200th of a penny. So really nice pickups going on here, right on the bottom of the range. Look at this. This is on the weekly here, and the RSI is down to 38. So, man, some mad gains here on good old Hex on Pulsechain to pick those up. Let's look at the daily. Daily is down at 36 on RSI. And yeah, look, just basically at the bottom of that accumulation zone for Hex on Pulsechain. Pretty mad gains. EHEX at the moment is the relative stronger one. It's just moving along, and the side is on a slightly lower end of its range, but still holding up pretty well in my view. 1700th of a penny there. And the combined price EHEX and PHEX, you can see we are kind of slightly lower. We've got slightly lower. We're kind of similar to 13th of April, but we're really at the bottom of this range at the moment. So accumulation zone, once again, picking up mad volumes there. All right, DCA for the win, all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. So that's day 381. Let's go to some of the other sets. Look at the gas prices. We're at 323,000 beats, so pretty low on the beats there. So good grey prices on Pulsechain. 0.6 of a penny for a PulseX swap, almost half a cent just to do a swap on PulseX, fantastic. And 300th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, 1/10 of a penny to send some PRC20 coins. Ethereum at the moment is 10 gwei, so it's slightly higher than what we saw on the weekend. We were down to 3 or 4 gwei, but we're 2,500 times cheaper than that on the old Pulsechain. So, 6/10 of a penny to a PulseX swap, but up to $14 almost to do a Uniswap trade there. So a good place to do business on the old Pulsechain. Validators, let's quickly check those out. Now, with Pulsechain down below 5,000, man, picking up 32 million Pulse and start solo mining, having a nice passive income for that, waiting for the bull market trend, whether it's, in a month or post-October or into 25, man, that's got to be good. You just earn that volume. We've got 48,791 validators at the moment, 1.56 trillion off the market, just a pretty similar number we've had for about a week now. But like I say, getting 32 million Pulse way cheaper now. And of course, you can pick up a miner there, either solo mine or get some of those DGN NFTs and do partial mining there. What else? We've got the bridge. Let's have a look at the bridge, see what the healthy is there. Hey, look, even with all that money, that million plus 1.1 million going out of the bridge, we've still got 110 million in the old chain. So the chain's actually pretty similar. That's pretty similar to yesterday, the last couple of days. So the health check for the bridge is actually looking pretty good. So even though prices are down, we had that $1 million leave. We're looking pretty good on the old chain there. That's a nice surprise to the upside there, because I hadn't actually looked at that. Our ETH there at 31,000. The one thing is that ETH has flipped a die. So ETH has flipped die there. Look at that 31.3 in the die. That with that die leaving, we're at 30.6 million there. We were over 31 million yesterday. So there we go. How about that? That was a surprise. Didn't expect to see that. So there we go. Let's jump over to the we're going to be starting day 382 on Pulsechain, but let's get quickly into the derivatives. Obviously, with the main Pulsechain cryptos down, the Pulsechain and PulseX, we're probably going to generate red charts. At the moment, you can pick up virtually all the derivatives much cheaper as well on all derivatives, and they're all down except for a COSA on Ethereum, which is up 1.6%. Let's go to the stablecoins. Coaster's almost back at peg. Surprise, surprise, surprise. They haven't even got back to, look at that. Look at that. Wow. And we've been talking about it since it was down here. Depegged, massively depegged at 70 cents. but now is almost back at pegging. How about that? The great pegging of Pulse. They haven't even got their service back up and running, but they're getting pretty close. I don't know if they've had any news out today. Let me know if they have had news out today. I don't know. I forgot to check that. But they were getting pretty close to having some news around their getting their service back up and running. We did an update the other day, didn't we? I still thought they still had a little more time to go. So there we go. Anyway, maybe someone's front running it, eh? Maybe it's been front run. So that's pretty much it at the moment. Let's go over to the influencer coins and have a look at that. We've only got one that's positive, and that is Randy Alasky. Yay! Randy Alasky will be happy about that. I know his community will be loving it, but Randy's note token is up almost 1%. The only one out of the influencer coins that we've got on our list at 43/100th of a penny. So there we are. Note token doing pretty well. The worst performer was the best performer yesterday, and that is Steve Hitson's Scuba Steve, or Teve token, and that is down 8.6%. So there we go. That is it on the influencers. What else we're going to look at? We're going to go to the overall coins on Pulsechain before we get into BNB chain. And actually, we've got to talk about Pulse Predict first. So a quick look at that. So total volume 23.6 million on a weekday. So we're on the lower end at the moment. Typically, it's been like 25 to 40 by my count. So we're on a lower end there, I believe. So 23.6. We're at 250,000 transactions at the moment, last 24 hours. Let's have a look at the top performers. Orange Man Good there, up 21%. Launch token there. This looks like a new one, isn't it? It's up 17%. Is that new? Launch. I don't recall it myself. No, it's been around for a while. Okay, so not too much there. The Grays currency, one of the big DAO projects, up 5.7%. Let's have a look at this chart. We haven't looked at it for a while. Man, that was one of the best looking charts in the Pulsechain. It's just tapered off a bit. It's still looking pretty good, but definitely tapered off on the high there. Had actually got up to 4.098, and is that still at now 4.02300. So it is down a lot from that high, but still holding up pretty well from where it started. So that is it. PDC, and of course they got the other tokens, right? UFO and Alien, I think, are the other two associated tokens. So that is pretty much it for the market. Now, I do believe there's a few others like P-Link and stuff doing pretty well. They're not showing up on this list, but I do believe that they've pumped a bit. So unless they've been dumped after this, they're not showing up there. All right, let's have a look at some of the other dexes that make up this 23.6 million. Well, Pulsex at the moment is doing 19.5 million of that. 9mm is doing 1.9 million. 9-inch is doing 1.3 million, and SparkSwap there 700. So they're actually pretty similar, maybe even slightly better as 9-inch and SparkSwap compared to yesterday. And 9mm doing 1.9. I think that's down slightly from yesterday. So there we go. All right, that is it. That leads us into Pulse Predict. So we're going to talk about this coming up now. Jacob's ecosystem. We're going to get into that. Brendan says we call a whale event being a Moby Dick. Maybe that is a good one, Brendan. The Trev says the fear narrative around Hex and Pulse has got to be an incredible entry point. Absolutely. That's when you pick up the most volume, and you just have to be patient after that. Anyone watching this play out will be rewarded. Blood on the streets is where the money is made. Absolutely, Trev. You got it. Stitzy in the house there. Lol. Yeah. Joey. Hey, Joey. Welcome to the chat. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Harvey Diaz in the house there. Price prediction for this time and next year. I don't know, Harvey. Don't know. I just up and to the right. That's pretty much it at this stage. That's all I'd say to that. Let's get into the BNB chain here for Pulse Predict. We're going to get into the countdown. So at the moment, this is one of Jacob's ecosystem. He's pretty much our number one DeFi innovative dev in the world, not just on Pulsechain. Really is pushing the boundaries with peer-to-peer technology and DeFi. And we're lucky to have Jacob in our ecosystem. Now, he's getting better and better at everything he does, and he learns from his mistakes. He pushes the boundaries of new DeFi and GameFi. He is getting better and better all the time, and we're excited to see him continue to evolve in crypto. Now, at the moment, Predict tokens at the moment, 28 days and 23 hours is the countdown. We started in 90 days, remember? 90 days. We've got 28 days and 23 hours to go. What does that mean? That means that if you have done any of the Jacob sacrifices, if you've done any of the staking of TRH, or if you've got any of the OG NFTs and stuff like that, you would have got some free Predict tokens. Now, if you want to earn more, you can go to the activity tab and you can start earning. So activity is close to the earning tab here, and you can start doing that. Now, I'm going to post a link to this in the chat if you want to earn some free Predict tokens before it actually launches. Then it's a wise thing to do. So there we go. That is the predict there. You can get some free tokens, so you don't even have to get do sports betting or anything like that, or gamble on the price predictions. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want. If you want to earn more predict tokens. Now, predict is not launching. The token itself is not launching, as I say, for another 28 days or so. So we've had a 90-day countdown. We're actually getting into the last month, so it's going to start counting. You guys know what it's like. Get countdown last month, so to get there much faster than expected. So this gives another opportunity to pick up some free crypto if you're into that. So yeah, the earn token, there's all these pending tasks that you can do. Some of these, I would say a few of these, let's say, I don't know how many there are. There's lots of ways of earning predict tokens, but I would say maybe 10 to 20% free tokens. So you can get some free tokens, and some of them are just as simple as creating a profile. So connect your wallet to Pulse Predict. You get 2,000 just for connecting. Now, what else we got there? We got the create a I'm just trying to find these profile ones. Yeah, set a custom name, avatar, and description. You get 2,000. Let me just zoom in on that just to make it a little bit bigger. You get 20,000 for that, so that's a pretty decent amount, and so on. So yeah, there's a few others in here as well, I believe. You can follow other people, get some. You can follow an asset and get some. So if you follow an asset, you just got to you go price predictions. So there we go, and you got supported assets here, supported assets. And you can just hit the star, and you can follow these, and you can earn some free predict tokens as well. So there are a couple of ways there to earn free. Now, the other way of doing it, of course, is either placing bets on the sports events that come up. So obviously they got the Champion League, they got Euro 2024 coming up, Tour de France, they got the fight with Mike Tyson, and so on. So there's lots of sports events that can come up that you can earn predict tokens. There's pulse price predictions as well, so you can bet on a different type. You can actually create your own ones, or you can bet on someone else's, and you can earn predict tokens. You can click create a bet in there. It's pretty easy to create these bets, and these are price prediction bets, and you can play those. And all earning, so you're earning on all those things. So there's a whole list of earning. I've lost my site here. Let me just go back to the earning. Let's go back to earn. Looks like I've got to cancel out of that because I got stuck in there, but you can go do all that. Let me get back out of here. All right, so let me go to earn table, and like I say, there's a big list here. Let me I don't know why that's not going back to the earn tab, but there you are, earn. All right, so you can go back to the earn, and you can go through this list and try and earn as many of these as you can, or reasonably can, So lots of cool things there. So that's on predict. And yeah, if you hit on claim, you will be able to see all your bullets. So if you have sacrificed for any of them, like if you sacrifice for BNB pot, Pulse pot, for example, if you sacrifice for Mafia, TYCZ, you'd be in for that. If you sacrifice for PUSD Algo, which I'm a big proponent of, as you guys know, links in the video description for that if you want to get a 19% bonus. So yeah, it's got all those things. You can get points for that, and the predict token will be going tradable, I guess, in 28 days and 23 hours or so. So that's going to be pretty bullish at the moment. Total supply of that token at the moment is 1,359,000,000 at this stage, and of course with the earn protocol there, more are being given out all the time, right? So now there's a leaderboard too. If you're in the leaderboard, then if you're in the top 50, you will get some more free predict tokens just being in the top 50. So there's that as well. So just remember that. So far, it looks like 18 million have been given out to the leaderboard rank so far. You can see some of the top players, Black Girl, John, Anthony, a couple of other ones here, Canadian Weed. Thank you, Jacob. I mean, there's lots of cool. You can name your avatars, you get free predict tokens. So there's lots of people on the list there ticking away. How many players are there? 3,946 players. Now, there's probably quite a few sacrifices in there, but that is the numbers at the moment. And if you're on the top 50 every day it ticks over 24 hours, the top 50, you will get more free predict tokens there. Pretty awesome there. You can actually see the daily rank bonus right here. See, look at that, 150,000. And you can see if we go to number 50, I'm pretty sure that's the last one that gets a daily bonus. There we go, 10,000 there for being in the top 50. Pretty easy. And how do you get top 50? Well, you just go to earn points and earn, all right? And that's the way you do it. So pretty neat. All right, looking forward to that when it goes live. So that is predict. Now, the other one, of course, of Jacob's projects is BNB Mafia. And man, we are excited about this. We are co-hosting a BNB Mafia family in our Discord called The Syndicate. Archie, one of our moderators and an expert on Jacob's ecosystem, is the godfather. So he is pretty much running that. He's got we're co-hosting it because it's also on Telegram. There's a social media group on Telegram and social media group in our Discord. We have already appointed the Mafia, what do you call it? Hierarchy, I guess you'd call it. And so or management in the Mafia family, and that is split between the Discord and the Telegram. So that's kind of cool. And we've got lots of players. Last time, I don't know what the total amount is there. Maybe Archie can let me know. But we will be, people can apply. So obviously, if you're going to play Mafia game, it's good to get into a big Mafia family. And we're probably the most organized, is my guess, at this stage out of all the families. So it's going to be fun. Now, and within the next 24 hours, we're expecting the family to be uploaded. So people will be able to set up their families in the crime syndicates, on the Mafia game. So pretty cool. We can see there's almost 54 BNB in the vault. This is what all the families will be fighting over. It's currently worth $32,458. And Jacob's talked about trying to hit this to 500 BNB before the game starts. So keep a lookout for this. It could be really, really big. So obviously, if we get 10 times that, that's over $300,000 in here, and it's going to keep filling up every week as the game is played. So it's going to be a fun thing to do. So the next thing, of course, at the moment, you can connect your wallet and you can set up your profile. Only costs you 2,000 Mafia tokens to set up your individual profile. So pretty cool. If you do want to join our Mafia family, it is 100,000 Mafia. Just take that into account. Now, obviously, as the price of Mafia goes up, that's going to become more expensive. So a week ago it might have been $70. Today it is $150 to join our Mafia family. But maybe other Mafia families have much cheaper entries. So it's really up to you what you can participate in there. So there we are. That is pretty much it. Let's put it in here if you want to join up. Make your profile. It's only 2,000 Mafia, like I say. So take that into account. Now our godfather Archie says we have over 20 people now. How about that? Woo-hoo! Hot dog. So we're going to be I cannot see us not being a leading family in this game, but we've got to play well too. And we've got super smart people in our Mafia family. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely food for thought. If you like to play a bit of game, we want to have fun with this, right? So it's about fun, but it's also you could potentially make some mad gains or some good crypto incomes there as well. So it's going to be fun to see that play out. All right, that is it. What else we got there? DJ and Superman. Lots of love. Hey, DGen, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. We got Brian as well. He's on the road. So good to see Brian on his road trip. And, of course, we're looking forward to some images there, Brian. Good to see you in the chat today. He's our community leader, and we do appreciate everything he does. DVZN and House said, nice Trump really is sending. I guess the 500 LPP has worked. Yeah, probably there. Probably did. Predict you can earn on mobile as well. I guess on the website, so I don't know if there's a limitation to that. Pulsechain out. Are you still charting Trump up 100% on Pulsechain and Tide tokens up? Yeah, okay. Got a couple of you guys in there using your multiple profiles. Nice one. We've got Stevie D in house there. Accumulate, my friends. We are running out of time to stack our bags for life-changing gains. I like that one, Steve. Steve knows what's happening. Stevie D as well. Hey, bud. Great seeing you live. Big greetings from Seattle. Love all your replay streams for the daily go-to. And thank you, Superman. Hey, Stevie D. Appreciate that. And, hope you're having a good time there in Seattle. A great state of the USA. That's all we can say. And we've got Andrew Reynolds in the house as well. Morning, everybody. All right. Hey, Andrew. All right. Let's get back into it. BNB Mafia. And check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's get back. Where were we going here? We're going forward from here. So that is pretty much the charts there. We're waiting for the family. So this is a whole different upgrade that's coming where people will be able to register their families. Registering a family costs $1 million Mafia. So at the moment, that's $1,500. Only a week ago, that was like $700, $600. But now it is $1,500. So you can see how things are going to change pretty quickly. And of course, the marketing hasn't even started. It's going to be on BNB. Now we're speculating here, but we do think there may be some tie into Pulsechain in phase 2 or something like that. We just don't know. TRH V4 is coming up, and that's going to have a complete rebrand and everything else. So that's coming up within the next maybe 3 weeks or so. And so TRH V4, another protocol from Jacob. And of course, is that going to tie in with BNB Mafia? We don't know. We're going to wait and see. And obviously what happens, and that's a Pulsechain project, so we're going to wait and see there all these tie-ins. So could be pretty interesting there. So that's a wait and see, but we'll let you know. As we know, we'll let you know. All right, so cool. Yeah, so if you want to get into the Mafia family, like I say, you're going to have to make a profile. 2,000 Mafia cost you. That's not a lot at the moment. And of course, but then 100,000 to join, that is about 150 bucks at the moment. So it's taken into account. You don't have to join a Mafia family. You can play by yourself on the game. And if you become a good player, you'll make some, good earnings there, taking out people and things like that. But obviously in a Mafia family, it's going to be huge, right? So potentially huge. So yeah, we'll see. Now, how many Mafia families will there be? Don't know. We're going to find out. How will it grow, change over time? We don't know. We're going to find out. And of course, we know that their marketing is not going to start till the game goes live. So they're going to be doing lots of marketing on BNB with BNB influencers, not just Pulsechain influence. Like I think we're the only one covering at the moment. But there may be a few other Pulsechain influencers that will be covering the game. I have a few inklings myself that possibly who they might be, but we will see. We'll see how that goes. At the moment, I'm kind of backing our own Mafia family, Dust Syndicate, and we're going to have fun, but we also want to do very well. So there we go. That's on the Mafia there. So kind of cool. You can find all the details about the contract, everything else here on here. So here's the contract here for 111 is the official contract. There's a 4.7% buy tax and a 16.6% sell tax. All that feeds into the vault. It goes all into the vault here, and that's how at the moment why the vault's going up there. Now the vault's going to get boosted by all the family memberships, right? So they're all 1 million if you remember. So they're all going to be going into, I believe, into the vault. And who knows what other, there's going to be other tokens within the game, in-game tokens and things like that. It's going to be quite a large game. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Anyway, we'll be documenting as we go. All right, that's pretty much it. So if you want to find out more details, get into our Discord. Links in the video description. It's $5 a month to join our Discord. And then also on Superman Crypto on X platform, I am posting out on a daily basis updates about Mafia on there. So you can follow me, Superman Crypto, on X social platform. All right. Now let me just post that. Maybe you can go join that. Let me just a moment. I'll go pick up. This is the profile here if you want to join for news on the Superman Crypto. That's on X, because my Hex token got suspended for no reason. You know what? These X is still not 100% good, right? So still banning conservatives and still shadow banning and suspending accounts for no good reason. So X is still not quite there. I know Elon's trying to do his best, but there's still a lot of left-wing nutters running the place, and they're all fascists. So we can only do what we can do, right? But there's my other account there, Superman Crypto 8. You can follow me on there for the latest updates there, and of course around all our YouTube channels as well. Archie says the vault payouts are going to be huge. 500 BNB times $600 equals 300,000. 10% payout per week is split $30,000 split up between the top 5 families. Crazy. So look out for that, folks. We're not playing. We're playing for fun, but we're also playing to win. So there we go. All right. Limited time only. Get in early. And plus, I'm covering it on a regular basis. So there we go. At the moment, this is the only Mafia family with an influencer that's covering it. And of course, we've got a great, powerful community behind us, not only on Discord and YouTube, but also in Telegram as well. And you'll be surprised to see who some of our members are in our family. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So there we go. All right. Nice one there from Archie. I like those numbers. Those numbers are looking pretty good. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we've got 20 people now already. So over 20 people. So that's pretty cool. Wait till you see the org chart. The org chart of the Mafia fans is going to be epic. All right, take care. Get in there while you can. If you like having fun, that sort of thing, then you can do so. All right, that leads us into Hex. Let's have a look at the results. Have we got the results out? No, not out today. A bit of a lag today, is it? Let's do a refresh here. Day 1638. No, it's not out. So we haven't got today's results out there. We've got Pulsechain out today. What? Normally it's the other way around. Okay, we'll go through Pulsechain there. So Pulsechain there, what did we say it was? Day 300 and, I got to remember now, 380, was it 80? 380, I think it was. Or was it 381? I can't remember now. Let's go to double check here, because we like to be accurate for a history stake. Yeah, 381. So day 381, 27th of May. We got the price down 3.8% at 6,700 for the penny. But the payout there, 6.95 hex per t-shirt. That is the main number that we're looking for. So that's still ticking away there. after share rate. Look at share rate yesterday, up 123 the day before. So share rate's climbing to 34,300. We've got T-shares are down slightly on both days. We're still sitting pretty decent at 9,426,000 T-shares. You got to remember that when Hex was just on Ethereum, we got the T-shares, the highest it ever went to was just over 11 million. So that gives you a kind of idea where we are with the T-share stuff. So still a lot of T-shares basically. Let's look at the rewards penalties. 400,000 penalties. So, you know, modestly good today. 65.5 million in the reward pool. That all goes to that Hex all goes to the miners that are mining. And of course, the current liquid holders up 42. The current miners down 11. 100 and just under 124,000 miners at the moment on the Pulsechain side. That's it. And we haven't got ETH out, so that'll probably come out a bit later. There we go. All right, hex.com, check it out. Links in the video description. You can mine Hex on both Ethereum and Pulsechain. How about that? That links us into our final wrap up there. We'll be at 50 minutes on the live. Not bad. Not bad. We've got a great crew of people in the chat there. A lot of familiar names. So a big shout out to everybody. Do appreciate all of you here. And of course, yeah, get into our Discord if you want to find out more. Now, that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up there, but I will catch you again tomorrow for another live stream. We'll cover the results and see whether we bounced from these very important levels at the moment. And of course, that when whales sell like they have today, it's a great opportunity to pick up volume. And so, yeah, DCA for the win there. And you'll be much happier. Now, if you did buy a much higher too in price, right? If you can get more volume at a lower price, and then that dollar cost average price is very, very useful for when we have a low rebound. You don't need to get so much gain on there, as long as you believe in the chain on Pulsechain. So if you don't, then don't accumulate. But if you do, if you can see where we're going to head eventually, and that we're going through maximum pain, then that's a good opportunity for you to pick up tons of volume. Yeah, there's the Discord link. Join up today. Thanks, Brian. How are you doing there, Brian? You're supposed to be on the road. I bet he's driving. He's like doing the putting all the buttons in. All that. All right. Take care. All right. We're going to leave it there. We're going to play out the Magic Cup Ride video on the way up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will catch you again tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on all 3 YouTube channels. Over 10,500 subs. So definitely do that. And I'll catch you again tomorrow. Onwards and upwards. All right. Take care. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico.